students paying close attention to the day's lesson.
Pay close attention to the day's lesson. Pay close attention to the day's lesson. Success in class is dependent on each student paying close attention to the day's lesson. Okay.
The teacher directed the student to follow the course of the cartoon. The student got to arrive on time and not on in class. The teacher also asserted the fact that success in class is dependent on each student paying close attention to the day's lesson.
Right, very good. Asserted the fact. Asserted the fact that success in class, right here, is dependent. It relies on each student paying close attention to the day's lesson. Not sleeping in the back of the room, but, actually paying attention. So the teacher directed the students. He didn't ask the students, he told the students in a very straightforward way. He directed them. It's like you go into the airport and go up to the assistant's desk and say, can you direct me to gate number 4? And if the attendant there looks up, oh yeah, it's over that way. Is that direction? No. Direction would be, you go down here to the first turn, go left, go 3 gates and turn right, and that is your gate. Those are directions. You just say, oh, it's over that way. Well, over that way, what way? So, and the teacher just didn't say, directed, you do this. The students to follow the rules, the regulations, the things that have been set forward to determine how the class will operate. The rules. You have traffic rules. You have to follow the rules when you're driving a car. You can't just drive anywhere, anytime. You have to follow the rules of the classroom. Each student to arrive, to show up, to enter the room on time and not talk during class. Yak, 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 yak. The teacher also asserted, stated definitely and as true, the fact that success in class is dependent. Your success relies on you paying close attention to what's going on in the class. Not thinking about what am I going to do tomorrow or tonight. No. Paying close attention to what's going on in the classroom. That will lead you to success in class. Paying close attention to the day's lesson. The day's lesson, what is being taught today, now. Any questions about that?
Teacher, student is student paying close attention. Attention, I know that's mean attention. But student paying close.
Oh, why the word paying? Paying close attention. Just an expression. It's not paying money. It's paying attention. It's just an expression in a way. To pay close attention. Just please pay attention. It doesn't mean give me 200 baht and attention too. No, it's just an expression. Pay attention. Please pay attention to what I'm about to say. Pay attention. I'm trying to think if there's another pay attention, pay. No, usually it's pay attention. It's just a common expression. It's got nothing to do with money. It's more of giving something, like you pay, you give. You know, if I pay the bill, I'm giving money. In this sense, I'm giving my attention to the class. Concerning the fact that each student must give close attention. Each student must give close attention. So what's another way to say it? Each student must pay close attention. Pay. Just an expression. Pay close attention. Please give me your attention. Will you pay attention to what I'm saying? Will you please listen to me? Will you please give me your attention? Would you pay attention? Just the way it is. Happens to be a very common expression with the word attention. You can say, please give me your attention. Please pay attention to what I'm about to say. Just the way it is.
Paying close can use any frequent, right? Paying close attention to massage or something
To
like that.
what?
Massage.
Massage.
But for everything, right? Pray, we remember the words to use with other event.
Other
Right?
events.
For other events. Other events.
Well, I'm trying to think of one other than attention, but I think attention is the most common. But pay regard, I would like to pay my thanks. I'd like to give you my thanks. I'd like to pay my thanks for what you've done for me over the last week. With all the help you've given me when I needed it, I'd like to pay my thanks to you. Thank you. That would be pay thanks. Pay thanks, pay attention. It's not paying money. It's giving your attention, giving you my thank you. And I'd like to pay, why are you here? Oh, I understand your sister has arrived from Thailand here in New York, and I'd like to give her my regards. Give her my regards. In other words, I'm happy you're here, very glad to see you. What did you do? Oh, I gave her my regards, and I was happy to see her. Pay my regards. Pay attention. Pay respect. I am paying respect to that person. Paying respect. You're not paying, you're not giving money, but you're giving respect. You're giving your regards. You're giving your attention. Pay close attention. Just a use of the word in certain ways. Pay regards, pay attention, pay respect. You should pay respect to the elderly people that you meet from time to time. Any other questions there?
Thank you.
Massage or message?
Masood, massage.
Right.
Masood.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say message.
No, massage.
Oh, massage. Oh, I thought you were trying to say message. Sending a message. Message, massage, very close, very close.
ไม่เสร็จ
วันนี้คุณนี่คือข้อความเลย
อันนี้มันไม่นวด
มาสาส
อันหมอ
อันหมอถูกต้องอันหมอ不是心理
Thank
Ui, để nó nghe buổi chiều.
Cứ đểคุยแรกเปลี่ยนกันสักพักหนึ่งโอเคพรุ่งนี้เรา
Cái sàn này từ thanh chiều đến và nên kè lúc đó thả cái mùa chiều đi để để họ để từng khi ngày tháng và nên đây từ khi mà ở tôi
Okay, we have time for this one, I think. The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day. The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day. Okay.
The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until the sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Until they all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day.
Right, very good. Good job. The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to their teacher. Okay.
The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continues on until they all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day.
It was time to start the day. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. Okay?
The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to teacher, calling to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day.
Right, very good. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. Okay.
The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, shouting to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. At the moment the school bell rang, it was time to start the day.
Right, very good. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day. Okay.
The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, according to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day.
Right, very good. It was time to start the day. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day. Okay, sir.
Group of young boys run pell-mell down the hill, calling today and teachers. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued until they all reached teacher's side. At the moment, the school bell rang. It's what time to start the day.
Right, very good. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day. Okay.
The group of young boys ran pell-mell down the hill, calling to their teacher. Several of them fell on the way, but quickly rose and continued on until they all reached the teacher's side. At that moment, the school bell rang. It was time to start the day.
Right. Okay, very good. It was time to start the day. So the group of young boys, maybe there were 10 or 12, together, and that they were at this top of this hill, before school started. So the boys ran pell-mell. They saw the teacher, and instead of running in single file, 1, 1, 1, 1, very neatly, no, they did, whoa, started running, everybody, teacher, running, and some were going so fast that they fell down on the way, but quickly got back up and started running again. And they continued on until they reached the teacher's side. There they were. And at that moment, bong, 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 the school bell rang. It was time to start the day in class. So they all went on. Pell-mell, out of control, just running wild. Not organized, everybody in line, no, running, everybody. Crazy. Rose and quickly rose. Quickly got up and ran on.
Quickly rose.
Quickly rose. They fell, yeah, but oh, they were right up and boom, boom, boom. And quickly rose and continued on until they reached the teacher's side. Woof. At that moment, boom, boom, time to start the day.
Okay.
And with that, we will end the day. Time to go. Any questions? Think about it.
Could you,
Tomorrow.
could you explain the meaning several of them fall on the way, but quickly rose slang,
The what?
quickly rose,
Quickly rose.
Quickly rose.
Quickly rose.
slang.
Up.
That's good. Extreme meaning.
Extra meaning other than quickly rose. They fell and stood up.
Stood up.
They fell, but stood right up. Stood right up. Down, up.
Quickly rose.
They fell and quickly rose, but quickly stood up and continued on.
Quickly stood up.
Quickly stood up or stood up,
Quickly stood up.
got up, rose up, got up, stood up, recovered. If you worked at it and looked at a dictionary, you could probably come up with 10 or 20 words that would got up, stood up, rose up, recovered. Many different ways. This is just one of probably a half a dozen ways you could just say quickly got up, quickly rose, quickly stood up, stood up.
Quickly rose.
Any other questions? Well, if you think of something, bring it up tomorrow morning and we'll discuss it.
Thank you, teacher.
If you have any other questions
Thank
about
you,
it.
sir.
Quickly rose, quickly stand
The
up.
students quickly stood up and ran out of the class.
The rose, only rose is a flower.
Quickly rose.
You're right.
Quickly rose.
ไม่ใช่เขาบอกนักเรียนเนี่ย
Right.
ยิ่ง
ดูข่าวใช่ไหมแล้วก็ลองไปนี่
จะมาโรงเรียน
มึกมันอยากลงยาก
ดูเข้ามาช่วยเสร็จแล้วฝากไปนะ
ที่ทำเลยเป็นที่ตัวรถตัว
แล้วก็
ตัวเราเติมยาดิ
ใช่ปะ
มันอยากเติมใช่ไหมกินไม่แตก
แล้วก็
แอลกอฮอล์เลย
แล้วก็อะไรนะจะทำของท่านให้กินได้ต้องมาในเช้าไม่ได้ตื่นใช่ปะไม่ได้หลับเลยนะมาเรียนหนังสือแล้วก็ตกไปรีบขึ้นมาเข้าโรงเรียนทางการ
ดีไซน์ดีไซน์ที่เชื่อ
ไม่ได้เลือกเรียนไม่ได้เลือกเรียนข้อเดียวแล้วปากมันจะเป็นผมไม่รู้สึกเนี่ยแต่ตอนหลังมันบอกว่าอะไรนะมันไม่ให้ละคือต้องแปลง
คือตอนแรกเขาจะให้ต้องมีพลังยา
จะเป็นแหล่งมันการสร้างมันมา
ค่อยๆไงค่อยๆคลาย
แล้วก็ไม่ให้ละ
ค่อยๆค่อยๆเปลี่ยน
เปลี่ยนไม่ให้ใช่ไหม
ต่อไปเนี่ยคนรุ่นใหม่ไม่เหมือนคนรุ่นเก่า
คือมันไม่
คนรุ่นใหม่ที่เป็นคนรุ่นใหม่เนี่ยที่เป็นมันเกิดมา
สบาย
เกิดมาสบาย
ไม่ใช่ลำบาก
ไม่เป็นลำบาก
มันก็จะเอาสบายคุณเลือก
มันคิดเรียกอิสระมีโลกมาแล้วก็
ไม่ใช่สัตว์ตัวนี้เป็นเวิร์กแต่ว่าไม่ใช่แต่ว่า
ไม่ใช่คนจีน
ทุกเด็กแต่เส้น
เช่นทำให้สนใจทำให้กลัวทำให้กลัว
อันนั้นปากกิ่งเขาปากให้แต่ตอนหลังเขาบอกไม่ให้ใช่ไหม
ก็คือคลาน
ทุกครั้งไม่ให้ใช่ไหม ก็ทุกครั้งให้พวกนี้เป็นอิสระ
ถ้าแค่นี้คือห้าสิบร้อยเลยฉันถูกปฏิบัติ
ไม่ใช่
แต่ว่า
เปลี่ยนแปลง
ก็ค่อยซึมไปไม่ได้หาที่
ดูแลเข้าไปแทรกเสริมไม่ให้มีอิสระมากใช่ไหมให้อิสระมากไม่ให้ใช่ไหมแล้วมันจะทำได้ก็คือทางเมื่อในกี่ร้อยปี
เป็นแอคทีฟเป็นแอคทีฟไม่ใช่ไม่ได้เป็นแอคทีฟเป็นเวิร์ก
We going back to the Rio.
โอเคซีคือที่เมื่อวานเราพูดเนี่ย
ต้องเป็น verb to be บวกด้วย verb ช่องสามเช่น I was excited แปลว่าเธอไม่ได้ตื่นเต้นเองเธอถูกใครไม่รู้ทำให้เธอตื่นเต้นอันเป็น passive voice แต่ที่ I am excited ก็เหมือนกันมันก็หายตามเซน passive voice ที่ปัจจุบันกับ passive voice ที่เป็น yesterday I was
เอาลงมาด้วยเหรอ
I am excited
ฮะ
ให้ดู passive voice แต่เมื่อวานนี้เราคุยกัน
passive voice มันเป็น past tense ใช่ไหม
passive voice ไม่ passive voice เมนเดียวมันคือเราถูกกระทำโดยอะไรสักโดยใครหรืออะไรอย่างเงี้ยที่เราไม่ได้ทำเอง